Golden Girls remains one of the most beloved television shows of all time, capturing hearts with its humor, heartfelt moments, and memorable characters. However, behind the laughter, the stars of the show had their own rich, complex lives filled with both triumphs and struggles. From personal battles to monumental achievements, the cast of The Golden Girls has left an indelible mark on television history. Today, we reflect on the lives and legacies of these iconic actors who have since passed away, remembering the unforgettable moments they brought to our screens. Bea Arthur as Dorothy Zbornak. Bea Arthur, born Bernice Frankel on May 13, 1922, in Brooklyn, New York, became a beloved television icon for her portrayal of Dorothy Zbornak in The Golden Girls. At the age of 63, Arthur captivated audiences with her sharp-witted and strong, yet vulnerable character who navigated the complexities of divorce, motherhood, and finding love again. Her portrayal of Dorothy, a sarcastic but deeply caring teacher, made her a household name. Arthur's remarkable acting career spanned several decades, with major accomplishments in both television and theater. Before joining The Golden Girls, Bea had an impressive Broadway career, earning a Tony Award in 1966 for her role in Mame. Arthur's distinctive voice and commanding presence also earned her 2 Emmy Awards for her work on The Golden Girls. Known for her refusal to adhere to Hollywood's commercial pressures, Bea made choices that reflected her independent nature, including turning down commercial deals and standing firm against what she saw as exploitation in the industry. Bea's personal life mirrored her strong-willed nature. She was married twice, and both marriages ended in divorce. Despite this, she remained close to her family, particularly her 2 sons from her second marriage. Though her life was filled with many triumphs, Bea struggled privately with her health and passed away in 2009 from lung cancer, a battle she quietly fought. Her death left a significant void, especially in the LGBTQ+ community, where she was considered a beloved ally. Her legacy endures not only through her iconic role in The Golden Girls, but also through her charitable contributions, including a $300,000 donation to the Ali Forney Center. Rue McClanahan as Blanche Devereaux. Rue McClanahan, born on February 21, 1934, in Hilton, Oklahoma, brought the character of Blanche Devereaux to life in The Golden Girls at the age of 51. Blanche, the charming Southern belle, with a colorful love life, won over audiences with her wit, sultry appeal, and dramatic flair. McClanahan's performance as the free-spirited, flirtatious character earned her a well-deserved Emmy Award in 1987 for her role. While her on-screen persona exuded confidence and charisma, Rue's personal life was filled with emotional struggles. She married and divorced 6 times, a series of relationships that often mirrored the turbulent love affairs of her character, Blanche. In her 2007 memoir, My First 5 Husbands and the Ones Who Got Away, McClanahan admitted that many of her marriages were driven by a desire for love rather than genuine compatibility. McClanahan's acting career spanned decades, with notable roles in Maude, Mama's Family, and other sitcoms before The Golden Girls. But it was her portrayal of Blanche that solidified her place in television history. Behind the laughter and on-screen glamour, Rue faced health challenges later in life, including a breast cancer diagnosis, which she bravely overcame. However, her health continued to decline, and in 2010, after undergoing a triple bypass surgery and suffering a stroke, Rue passed away at the age of 76. Her passing marked the loss of a beloved actress, but her legacy as one of television's most memorable characters endures. Rue's son, Mark Bish, continues to honor her memory, and fans worldwide remember her for both her work and her resilience. Betty White as Rose Nyland. Betty White, born January 17, 1922, in Oak Park, Illinois, became America's sweetheart through her portrayal of Rose Nyland on The Golden Girls. At 63 years old, White captured the hearts of viewers with her role as the sweet, sometimes naive, and always endearing Rose from St. Olaf. Rose's hilarious anecdotes and innocent charm became a central part of the show's success, and Betty White's impeccable comedic timing earned her numerous accolades, including an Emmy Award. Throughout her impressive career, White was a trailblazer. She was the first woman to produce a sitcom, Life with Elizabeth, and had a groundbreaking role in The Mary Tyler Moore Show. Betty's trailblazing work, particularly in advocating for diversity in television, set her apart as a beloved figure in Hollywood. Her refusal to bow to pressure, such as when she insisted on keeping a black performer on her variety show, demonstrated her commitment to fairness and inclusion. Despite her success, Betty's personal life was marked by the loss of her true love, Alan Ludden, whom she married in 1963. After his death in 1981, Betty never remarried, saying, "When you've had the best, who needs the rest?" Betty lived alone in her Brentwood home for the rest of her life, finding comfort in her dogs. She outlived all of her Golden Girls co-stars, but in 2021, just days shy of her 100th birthday, she passed away peacefully in her sleep from a stroke. Her death left the world mourning the loss of a bright, enduring light. Betty's net worth of $75 million reflected not only her career achievements, but also the lasting impact she made on the entertainment industry and on fans around the world. Estelle Getty as Sophia Petrillo. Estelle Getty, born Estelle Cher on July 25, 1923, in New York City, made a legendary mark in television with her portrayal of Sophia Petrillo, the quick-witted, sharp-tongued matriarch of the Golden Girls. At 62 years old, Estelle joined the cast of the Golden Girls, despite being only 1 year younger than Bea Arthur, who played her on-screen daughter Dorothy. Estelle's incredible timing and humor earned her a Golden Globe and an Emmy Award, making Sophia a standout character beloved by fans. Estelle's life before the Golden Girls was one of perseverance. After working in various odd jobs, she finally broke through in Broadway with Torch Song Trilogy, which helped her land the role of Sophia. However, fame came with its challenges. Despite her success, Estelle struggled with intense stage fright, which often caused her to forget lines and rely on cue cards. By the late 1990s, Estelle's health began to decline, and she was diagnosed with Lewy body dementia, a rare form of cognitive decline. Her final years were filled with sadness, as she no longer recognized those closest to her, including Bea Arthur. Estelle passed away in 2008, just days before her 85th birthday, after a long battle with dementia. Her passing was met with sadness by her fans and co-stars alike. Estelle's legacy continues to be celebrated, with Sophia Petrillo remaining one of television's most iconic characters. Estelle's memory is forever cherished by those who loved her sharp wit, unique humor, and profound talent. Herb Edelman as Stan Zbornak. Herb Edelman, born on November 5, 1933 in Brooklyn, New York, made his mark as Stan Zbornak, the bumbling ex-husband of Dorothy Zbornak on The Golden Girls. Despite being a recurring character, Edelman's portrayal of the awkward, often infuriating Stan provided a balance to the show's dynamic, creating moments of both comic relief and emotional tension. His role as Dorothy's ex-husband, who still carried a torch for her, was both tragic and humorous, providing a unique layer to Dorothy's storyline. Before his work on The Golden Girls, Edelman had a long career in theater and television. He began his acting career in the 1950s, eventually earning acclaim for his performances in various Broadway plays and TV series. Despite his extensive background, he was often cast in supporting roles, never quite achieving the level of fame his talent deserved. However, his portrayal of Stan brought him widespread recognition. Edelman's personal life was more reserved, and he kept his relationships and family life private. His health, unfortunately, began to decline later in life, and he struggled with COPD, a condition worsened by years of smoking. Herb Edelman passed away on July 21, 1996, at the age of 62, leaving behind a legacy of supporting roles that shaped many television and film projects. Though his character was often a source of laughter on The Golden Girls, Edelman's own life was marked by private struggles. His death left a void in the world of television comedy, but his work, particularly as Stan Zbornak, continues to live on in the hearts of fans. Harold Gould as Miles Weber. Harold Gould, born Harold Vernon Goldstein on December 10, 1923 in Schenectady, New York, was a talented actor best known for his portrayal of Miles Weber, the love interest of Rose Nyland on The Golden Girls. At the age of 62, Gould brought a sense of calm and intellectual depth to the show, with his role as the gentle college professor who stole Rose's heart. His performance was a beautiful contrast to the often chaotic lives of the other characters, providing a grounding influence on Rose's character and offering a sense of stability. Before joining the Golden Girls, Gould's career spanned over 50 years. He appeared in more than 300 television episodes, 100 plays, and over 20 films. His early work in The Sting, 1973, showcased his skill as a character actor, though he was often cast in supporting roles rather than leading parts. Gould was known for his ability to embody the warm, wise, and approachable grandfather figure, which made him beloved by audiences. However, his career was marred by missed opportunities, including turning down the role of the father on Happy Days due to prior commitments. Gould's later years were marked by personal loss, including the death of his child, a tragedy that deeply affected him. In his final years, Gould battled prostate cancer, which ultimately led to his passing on September 11, 2010, at the age of 86. Despite his quiet struggles, Harold Gould's legacy as an actor who brought heart and depth to every role he played remains intact. His contribution to the world of television and film is remembered by fans who appreciated his talent and grace. Sid Melton as Salvador Petrillo. Sid Melton, born Sidney Meltzer on May 22, 1917, in Brooklyn, New York, made a memorable appearance in The Golden Girls as Salvador Petrillo, the late husband of Sophia Petrillo and father of Dorothy Zbornak. Though Sid's role in The Golden Girls was relatively small, his comedic timing and humorous flashback appearances brought an additional layer of depth to the show. His quirky and lovable portrayal of Salvador helped cement The Golden Girls as a landmark sitcom. Melton's career in entertainment began in the 1940s, and he quickly became a familiar face on television and in films. He had roles in over 140 television shows and films, including Green Acres and Captain Midnight. However, despite his wide presence in the entertainment industry, Sid was never cast in leading roles, often finding himself in supporting or comic relief positions. He became well known for his exaggerated delivery and humorous performances, but he remained a character actor without the recognition he deserved. In his personal life, Sid Melton's career was marked by a series of struggles. He had a brief, unremarkable marriage in the 1940s, and as time passed, he lived a quiet life, away from the public eye. Later in life, Melton's career slowed down, and he faced the physical challenges of aging, including arthritis that affected his ability to perform. He spent his final years relatively isolated, living alone in Los Angeles. Sid Melton passed away on November 2, 2011, at the age of 94 from pneumonia. Though his life was largely unnoticed in the larger scope of Hollywood, he remains a cherished figure among fans who remember his comedic contributions to the television world. Nancy Walker as Angela. Nancy Walker, born Anna Myrtle Sawyer on May 10, 1922, in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, left an indelible mark on television with her portrayal of Angela, Sophia Petrillo's sharp-tongued sister, on The Golden Girls. While Angela's role was relatively minor, Nancy's impeccable comedic timing and vibrant energy ensured that her performance stood out among the ensemble cast. Known for her wit and charisma, Nancy's work on The Golden Girls solidified her place as a beloved character actress. Before her role on The Golden Girls, Nancy had a celebrated career on Broadway and in television. She was a staple in the 1950s and 1960s television, appearing in popular series such as Macmillan and Wife and the Mary Tyler Moore Show. Her talents extended beyond acting, as she also directed, with Can't Stop the Music, 1980, being her only feature film as a director. However, her attempts to break into directing were marred by the film's commercial failure, and Nancy never regained the directorial opportunities she had hoped for. In her personal life, Nancy's relationships were marked by tension, including a long but tumultuous marriage to David Craig. Her health began to decline in the 1990s, exacerbated by a long-term smoking habit. This habit led to a diagnosis of lung cancer, and despite continuing to work, Nancy's health rapidly deteriorated. She passed away on March 25, 1992, just weeks before her 70th birthday. Nancy left behind a legacy of great comedic roles and a career that shaped American television for over 5 decades. George Grizzard as George Devereaux. George Grizzard, born on April 1st, 1928, in Roanoke Rapids, North Carolina, made his mark as George Devereaux, the late husband of Blanche Devereaux in The Golden Girls. George's brief appearances in flashbacks added a layer of warmth and poignancy to Blanche's character, highlighting her memories of her late husband and adding depth to her past. His portrayal of George captured the love and loss Blanche experienced, offering fans a glimpse into her emotional vulnerability. Grizzard's career spanned more than 50 years, marked by a wealth of roles in both television and theater. He was a distinguished stage actor, winning a Tony Award in 1996 and an Emmy Award in 1980. Despite his achievements, he was often cast in supporting roles, rarely landing leading parts despite his exceptional talent. He appeared in numerous popular television series such as The Twilight Zone, Law and Order, and The Addams Chronicles, but his career was often overshadowed by others. In his personal life, Grizzard was known to be a private individual, rarely speaking about his family or personal matters. He spent many years with his partner, William Tynan, and kept a low profile outside of his work. In his later years, Grizzard was diagnosed with lung cancer, which led to his death on October 2nd, 2007, at the age of 79. His passing was quiet and private, with no large public memorial. Though his death did not draw significant media attention, his contributions to theater and television are still remembered by those who appreciated his understated talent. Bill Dana as Angelo. Bill Dana, born William Zathmary on October 5th, 1924, in Quincy, Massachusetts, is best known for his role as Angelo, Sophia Petrillo's mischievous brother, on The Golden Girls. While his appearance was brief, his performance left a lasting impression on viewers with his sharp wit and charismatic presence. Dana's role as Angelo served as a reminder of the importance of family bonds, even in moments of humor and mischief, bringing a special depth to Sophia's character. Dana's career began in the entertainment industry after serving in World War II, where he earned the Bronze Star for bravery. He went on to have a prolific career in comedy, first as a writer for Get Smart, and then as a performer on The Steve Allen Show. He gained national recognition for his controversial but popular character, Jose Jimenez, a Latino figure played for laughs with exaggerated innocence. At the height of his fame, Dana became a household name, but by the early 1970s, his character became viewed as culturally insensitive. Acknowledging the change in societal attitudes, Dana retired the character, but found it difficult to regain the spotlight. His later years were marked by a quieter existence. Bill Dana lived modestly in Nashville, Tennessee, and often reflected on his complicated legacy. He married twice, but both marriages ended in divorce, and he had no children. In his later years, Dana survived mostly on royalties from his past work. He passed away on June 15, 2017, at the age of 92. While his legacy remains complicated, his role in shaping comedy, particularly through his creation of the character Jose Jimenez, cannot be denied. Ellen Albertini Dow as Lillian. Ellen Albertini Dow, born on November 16, 1913, in Mount Carmel, Pennsylvania, captured the hearts of audiences with her small but unforgettable role as Lillian, a nursing home resident and friend of Sophia Petrillo in The Golden Girls. Despite having a minor role, Ellen's charm and warm demeanor made a lasting impact on viewers, showcasing her incredible ability to bring depth to even the smallest characters. Ellen's career began later in life when she became involved in drama instruction before pursuing acting in her 70s. She quickly earned recognition for her genuine, down-to-earth performances. Her breakout role came at the age of 84 when she appeared as the rapping grandma in The Wedding Singer, 1998, performing Rapper's Delight and winning fans' hearts globally. That moment became a pop culture sensation, and Ellen's infectious energy and charisma made her a beloved figure in Hollywood. Although she appeared in more than 30 films and numerous television shows such as Will and Grace, Sister Act, and Hannah Montana, Ellen was never the leading star, but was widely appreciated for her roles. Ellen's personal life, however, was marked by loneliness, especially after the passing of her husband in 2004. As her health declined, she battled memory loss and required full-time care. Ellen passed away on May 4, 2015, at the age of 101 from pneumonia. Her legacy lives on as an inspiration to others that it's never too late to pursue one's dreams, especially when it comes to following one's passion for acting. Meg Wylie as Edna. Meg Wylie, born Margaret Gillespie Wylie on February 15, 1917, in Honolulu, Hawaii, made her television debut at the age of 70 with her role as Edna, a memorable guest character in The Golden Girls. Though her role was minor, Meg's distinct presence left a lasting impression on fans. Edna was a colorful and spirited character, adding to the rich tapestry of guest roles that defined the charm of the show. Meg's career in the entertainment industry was far more expansive than her time on The Golden Girls. She appeared in more than 100 roles across Broadway, film, and television, including parts in Star Trek, 1964, and General Hospital. She became known as the familiar old lady of every show for her many guest appearances in the 1960s and 1970s, though she was never cast in leading roles. In a bittersweet twist, despite her extensive career, she never received the recognition she deserved. Her personal life was equally marked by solitude. She never married or had children, and in her later years, she endured severe health problems, including blindness and osteoporosis. Meg spent her final years in isolation, with her personal struggles remaining largely out of the public eye. She passed away on January 1, 2002, at the age of 84 due to heart failure. Though she was a familiar face in many television shows, her legacy remains one of a talented character actress who never fully received the accolades her extensive career deserved. The legacy of The Golden Girls continues to resonate, touching generations of viewers with its powerful blend of humor and heart. As we remember these incredible actors, Bea Arthur, Rue McClanahan, Betty White, Estelle Getty, and others, we honor their contributions to the world of entertainment and the lasting impact they've had on fans around the globe. Their personal stories remind us that behind every role is a human being, full of strength, vulnerability, and determination. Though they may no longer be with us, their memories and legacies live on, forever embedded in the hearts of those who cherish them.